Hello, welcome to PJ Yoga with TJ. And today's class is called Simplicity. So that was my theme I drew last time I drew. And it's some very easy poses. We're going to be taking it nice and slow, but we're going to do hip openers and heart openers, and of course, helping the low back for back pain. December is the time where a lot of emotions run high. I got to take my socks off. And and the heart hold a lot of emotions. A lot of people don't realize how much the hips hold in there, but they do. So sometimes during hip opener exercises or heart opener exercises, if you get teary or extremely happy, don't be alarmed because you're just releasing emotions. So here we go. The class, my favorite kind of class, is all take place on the mat. We don't have to stand up at all. We do have to get up on our knees. So have your blanket and a bolster ready, and then a blanket and eye mask for Shavasana. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start in restorative rest pose. And if you haven't done my class with me, restorative rest pose is on your back, hips, knees hip width apart, and your knees pointing toward the ceiling. Just relaxing. We're just going to do a little warm up, and then we'll just flow on through. This is a slow flow class today. So let's start by just letting the legs fall to the right and then to the left, right, left, right, left, right, and left. So we're going to bring the right knee up towards our chest. So we're really pulling it in. Don't pull on the top of your leg. That puts too much pressure on your knee. Pull from the back of your leg. And let's do two nice big inhales. And as you exhale, really pull the knee in. That gives your whole abdominal cavity a nice massage. Inhale and exhale. Inhale or exhale the right foot down. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale. Pull in. Inhale. I'm exaggerating my movement so you can see you don't have to do the exaggerated movement. As you exhale, just pull in the knee a little tighter. That gives a little better massage to the abdominal cavity. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the left foot down. We're going to inhale both knees up. Exhale as we pull both knees in. I've got my hands behind my legs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to inhale our feet straight up to the ceiling. Flex your feet. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. I'm still a little bit stuffy, but I don't feel bad, and I'm not contagious anymore, so my voice is a little wonky. And we're going to rotate our ankles. Just warm up. Let's rotate our wrists too while we're here. I've got them going opposite directions just to see if I could do it. It's hard. And then reverse. Or maybe I've got my wrist going in a different way than my feet. I don't know if, oh yeah, I could do that. I don't know if I can make them go opposite. They're going opposite. Play around with it. See how your brain's working today. Whew. Bring that to rest. Inhale and exhale your feet down, sliding all the way down to the mat. Stretch long, do a nice big stretch, whole body stretch. Flex and point, flex and point as you really stretch. Now we're going to do a supine bird dog stretch. So the right hand's going towards the wall and the left foot's going towards the opposite wall. And then right foot, left hand, and just get that rhythm going with your inhales and exhales changing. Do about 5 or 6 on each side. And when you're finished, bring that to stillness. This feels so good. My back already adjusted. That one bad spot on my right side, if I do this, it really has a nice release. Just bring all of that to stillness. Bring your feet up to the mat and then roll over onto your side. And roll to your belly. Oh yeah, okay. And then make your way up to a seated position, but not easy pose. Just sitting up like this. Try to have your back nice and straight. This one is going to do some core work. Just get acclimated to sitting here. It's also good for low back strength. You're having to really support yourself. On your next inhale, just imagine that a cord is attached from the top center of your head to the ceiling, and it's pulling your spine straight up. That might help you to be a little bit taller. This is, believe it or not, is really using your core here, because you have to keep that abdominal cavity nice and tight to maintain the back. And then do a nice inhale and exhale forward. Just like when we pull the knees to the chest, you see I'm keeping my back upright and straight as an arrow. Pretend there is a metal rod and you can't bend your back. It's got to stay straight. We're going to do a few breaths here. Like I said, these are very easy, simple, but they're very effective in what we're doing. Do another nice big inhale. And now we're going to exhale our head over so that our back rounds and our head hangs. Try to pull in your abdominal cavity, your Uddiyana Bandha. And just two or three breaths here. I think we're doing maybe more than 2 or 3, probably 4 or 5. Just nice and relaxing. This, I think, feels really good through my shoulder blades. It really feels like it back shoulder area, spreading it apart. If you want, you can hang on to your feet or legs and do like a little pull. Sometimes it gives that back a nice little adjustment. I'm taking my feet, holding my feet, and pushing down so that arms are stretching. On your next inhale, come up. That felt great. Just, and this is the afternoon for me, and I feel like I should already be kind of loosened up, but I'm apparently not. because I feel like I'm really stretching some of those out. Now we're going to take our hands, put them behind us with our fingertips pointing towards our body, and just we're going to lean back. For a heart opener, I'm on my heels. I've got my Uddiyana Bandha pulled in nice and tight. Really trying to get my shoulder blades to pinch together. My head is not going all the way back because I don't want to strain my neck. It's more about through the shoulder area of the back, opening up your heart center. It's really important to open up the heart center and our hips, release the tightness in there. Get rid of old emotions. And if you want, you can come down on your elbows. We're going to hold this pose just a little bit longer, whichever way is comfortable. And then we'll do one more pose in this position. Just breathe normal. Neck supported. Don't let it too far. Now I'm going to straighten my legs and come down so that the top of my head or the back of my head is coming to the mat and to fish pose. I'm really pinching the shoulders together. I'm supporting myself with my elbows, but it's just there for support, not to hold me up necessarily. If this is uncomfortable, go back to or up on your wrist. Fish pose, one of the great heart openers in yoga. Now to get out of the pose, down to the mat, raise elbows onto my wrist, and up to a nice sit. I don't know what you would call this. I'm going to call it pyramid sit because my legs look like pyramids. Now we're going to go into a boat pose. And if you have low back issues, I will recommend that your boat pose be like a canoe boat. You could do a sailboat, or I can't do it very well because of my low back. Go all the way up to a big steamship with the feet way up in the air. Excellent core work. I'm going to stay on my canoe or my little rowboat. You can have your arms out or back behind your legs supporting. If the arms are out, you are doing a little bit more core work. Try to keep your back with its integrity nice and straight. So I'm strengthening all these muscles that attach to the low back. Hopefully that will help with, I have some stenosis and they tell me to keep moving, keep the back muscles strong. And I do think that it does help. Woo, let's lower the legs. Bring the feet into Baddha Konasana. That's the soles of the feet together. And this is one of our hip openers. You can hold your feet or your ankles. I prefer my ankles because I have short arms, and if I try to hold my feet, I tend to bend forward too much. So I need hand extenders, I think. Sitting up nice, straight, and tall. Inhale and exhale as you bend forward. Now I can touch my feet because I'm bending forward. Trying to keep my back as straight as possible. I've got pinto beans in my crock pot, and they are starting to smell so good. Wait to eat them tonight. Pinto beans, sweet potatoes, and cornbread. Yum. And we're just holding Baddha Konasana. Go about another 10 seconds. I need 4 clocks because it's hard to see the ones on the side. I need one in front of me, both sides, and one behind me. I may have to invest in that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up nice and straight. Let your hands help your knees back up. I'm going to straighten the left leg. I'm going to, we're going to do it's a half Lord of the Fish twist. I'm going to turn this way because I already said left leg when you're probably in position. So normally the right hand back behind you. The left hand cradles the left foot, or you can just hold it wherever you can. And in Lord of the Fishes, you would come all the way around, but we're just going to come halfway because, like I said, this simplicity yoga poses. We're trying to keep it very simple, not stretch too much, not overdo anything, and we're just holding this pose. This is a great twist. Twists are so good for everybody to do. And if you think about it, how often do you twist your body in the day or the night? It's kind of like an old wringer sewing machine. We're just twisting all of our moisture out. I feel like I'm twisting my moisture out. Now, I need to drink a lot of water so I don't let that happen. But you're twisting emotions out. Let's go ahead and come out of this. Inhale out. And sitting up nice and straight. And exhale the right knee down to the mat. Sitting with the left leg straight, knee down to the mat. Now I'm going to inhale the right arm up and over to the left outside of the foot, shin, the thigh, wherever you can bend to, keeping the back straight. This doesn't count. I can go all the way down if I do that. And if you do that and then you do it the correct way, you can feel the hamstring stretch and more of the groin opening because you're actually stretching the muscle instead of just bending it. Inhale up. Bring the right knee up. Lower the right leg down. Bring the left knee up for the other side twist. I'm going to hold my left leg with my right arm. Put my left arm behind me. Inhale. And twist halfway, just to the midline. This is also, if you have low back issues, probably you should always do this twist instead of twisting all the way around. And we're going to hold this about 30 seconds. I like holding the poses instead of just trying to zip through them, because when I hold the pose, the body can actually relax into it, and I feel like I get more benefit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And I've got both feet out now. Oh, we forgot to do the other one. Sorry. So inhale and exhale the left knee out to the side. I think my clock quit working. Maybe I need a battery. So we're going to inhale the left arm up. Exhale over to the left side. And like I said, remember to keep the back in as straight a line as possible. There will be a tiny bit of a curvature. So if you're Twist looks like this. That's great. Calf, foot, wherever you can get. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Sit in a nice staff pose. Flex your feet. Inhale up. Exhale over into a forward fold. This is as far as I'm going to go with my back. You want to be bending at the hip crease, not scrunching the back up to get down as far as possible. Trying to open up those hips. If you can reach your toes, I like to give my toes a little massage here in staff pose. It takes my mind off of the stretch on the hamstring and feels really good on my toes. Relieving stress. Oh my gosh, that feels good. I need to do more of that on my toes. I used to get a regular reflexology treatment every week, but my friend quit. Well, during COVID, everything quit. She didn't start back, and I didn't start back either during my business. I just do it on myself now. I need to do it every day. It's so good. We're going to sit up. That felt good on my toes. We got a little that in. And now we're going to do kind of a swim type movement. So I'm going to inhale the right. You can watch for a moment. Inhale the right arm up. And exhale over to the left. Inhale the right arm back. Exhale the left arm to the right. I got to get my rhythm. And we're going to try to do about 10 of these on each side. 5 on each side. It's hard to get the rhythm, but once you get it, I'll kind of slide the right arm back as the left arm's coming up, and then cross my body, bringing the right arm back up, left arm sliding back. You'll get it. This is also a good exercise for the brain, because you're having to cross your arms over the midline in a pattern. We probably did 10 on each side. I'm going to finish my left side up. That felt nice. Now we're going to do some tapping. If you've never done tapping with me, tapping is wonderful. Makes you feel so good. So, I'm going to make sure that's what I had. Yes. Sometimes I think my memory is doing real well, and then other times I'm like, what? It's doing well today. I'm remembering everything in order, so that's great. Let's take our fingers, point them like a duck bill, and begin tapping up here. I'm going to sit on a blanket, though, because it's more comfortable for me. And you can just have your feet ever house good. So just start tapping right here below where that fleshy part is and the bone meets. We are actually stimulating our thymus gland, which is good for your immune system. And I'm going to go out to the side, back in, out to the side, and back in. And then I'm just going to use the right hand and go back over the shoulder, up the neck, back around, switch hands. Left hand's going over the shoulder, up the neck. Feels really good on that neck and shoulder. Right there. If you find a spot that you need a little extra TLC, just hang out there. You don't have to follow where I'm going. I'm coming back down and around. And I'm going to tap around the sides. If you're ticklish, I'm not ticklish if I do it on myself, but if someone else was doing this, I wouldn't be able to take it. I'm going the outside of my legs. Just tap all the way down. On the top of the foot. On the bottom of the foot. If you can't reach your foot, you can bring it up and do one-handed taps. On the bottom. Feels very good. Don't forget that part. You can put your feet like this to do the tops at the same time or one at a time. Go around the ankle, which is really good for if you have any kind of lymphatic swelling. This should help bring some of that swelling in your feet and ankles down. I'm going to come back up on the inside. Keep my feet nice all the way up. And now just the right, that blood circulation up. Now to the end. Get the palm and the fingers. Feels very nice. Around the wrist bone. I'm just going to get my feet up in a nice easy pose to finish my arms up. Really tap around the wrist and then come back up on the inside. Hit that thymus again. Left hand now is tapping. Right arm is out. Going on the top. Tops of the hand. The fingers. Don't forget your thumb. Around the wrist. Really get some time in that wrist. And my forearm is a little sore. Here's some of my tap there. I did weights yesterday, so that may be why. And I'm going to go the inside of the wrist, the palm. I didn't get to go down for 12 days. I was in withdrawal. And I could have went after 5, but I didn't want to wear a mask in the gym. That's a mask while I'm working out. And I wanted to follow the CDC guidelines because I don't want anyone to get sick from me. Bring that to stillness and just close your eyes down for a moment and feel that nice tingling sensation of just think you've brought blood to the circulation of the skin. Should feel really nice. It's also a great stress reliever. And after I do that, I do forget what I'm doing next. Oh yeah, okay, we're going to do a fun pose we haven't done. This one is froggy pose. So from here, get where you can have your feet spread apart and at a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to kind of roll back and get some momentum to come up into froggy pose. And then I'm just in froggy pose. If this is uncomfortable, froggy pose should be where you're on your ball of your foot standing, not flat-footed. We're going to do a flat-footed pose in a minute, yogi squat. But right now we're doing froggy pose. And froggy pose is kind of fun because you just take your movements, like you're stretching one frog leg up and then the next one, and just really kind of getting ready like you're in a race and you're going to take off here. You got to maybe move your legs up and down, get that strength. This is a great hip opener. So if you feel some emotions coming to the surface that you need to release, stay in froggy pose a little bit longer if you want to. You come up here and kind of like you're going to hop. Frogs have those little short front legs, so they got all their strength is in their back legs. And we are really using to strengthen those glutes and our hamstrings and our quads, especially if you're lifting up a little bit, like you're jumping. Ooh, I'm starting to feel the burn. And then side to side just to work that out. Feels really, really good. And then you can stay here, or you can come back down on maybe in tabletop, or you can go into your squat, which is a great hip opener. Also, froggy pose and squat are very similar. In squat, if you can get your heels flat on the floor, that's the best. But if you cannot, then just stay on your balls of your feet and do your best squat. But squat's stable. We're not moving around much. And we're just going to hold this for 20 more seconds. If you put your elbows on the inside of your legs, when you inhale, you can kind of press those legs apart a little further, which opens the hips a little more. Or you can just stay where they're at. My calves are really burning. I don't know about yours, but they got the burn on them. I forgot to look. I think we did 30 more seconds. So let's go ahead and put your hands down in front of you. A nice tabletop. Let's shake her leg out. Another leg out. That was some, we did a lot of work on using those leg muscles. So here in tabletop, let's take a few movements. I'm just doing side to sides. Oh, that feels good. Really do some nice stretch, maybe back. And then let's do some circles. So I'm going to like taking my hips and moving it to the right side and then around to the back. Hips are going to the left and moving up to the front. That was one circle. We're going to do 3 in each direction. 2 very slowly. Feels very good. 3. And then reverse. Up. 2. Oh, feels so good. Last one, all the way around. Really, really do some stretching here. Oh, yes. And then we're going to go into a nice, relaxing little child's pose with a twist. I want you to use your spider fingers. We had that in October. So do not let your palms touch the mat in child's pose here. And you can kind of creep your fingers up like you're crawling upwards. And that is going to give you a very nice, intense stretch through your underarm, all the way up through your armpit. Feels very good. Inhale and exhale the right hand to the right, left hand follows. Just breathe normally. Inhale, exhale to center. Inhale. Exhale, left hand to the left. Right hand follows. I believe it's on the way. Feels so good. Inhale and exhale to center, and you can let your palms drop down and just relax. Balankonasana. Baby pose. going to inhale up on the tabletop. Readjust your feet if you need to. And baby pose, usually the big toes come together, so spread them apart. We're going to do thread the needle. So we're going to inhale the right arm up for a nice little heart opener here. And exhale all the way through and down till our head is resting on the mat. We can stay here, or you can stretch the left hand straight up into another nice arm stretch. And we'll stay here about 30 seconds. And halfway there. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, both hands to shoulder width apart. Take a moment here. Now we're going to inhale the left arm up as we look to the left for a heart opener. Inhale up. And take a moment up here at the top. A breath or two. On your next exhale, let the arm come through to thread the needle. My hand's on the mat again, and I'm stretching my right hand forward just to get that little extra stretch in the arm to the armpit. People don't realize, but a lot of stress can get under that armpit, and we don't do anything for that. Nobody massages it. It'd be too ticklish. Get 20 more seconds. Just breathe normally. Halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your next inhale, for a moment. Oh yeah, we do. We're going to come down into heart melt. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. And if you want to watch first, you can see how I do heart melt pose. So I'm going to inhale, swing back a little bit, let my arms and hands move straight forward as I melt my heart down towards the mat and my forehead rest on the mat. Or you could grab your blanket. I'm going to turn it this way and let your forehead rest on the blanket. I have kind of a long nose, so it gets smashed, so I'm going to use the blanket. Here we go, together. Inhale. Exhale as the arms move forward and the forehead moves down towards the mat and your heart moves towards the mat. Try to keep your belly moving towards the back of your spine. In other words, don't let yourself scrunch in that way, because we're just trying to really let the heart meet. We don't want to overextend that low back, especially if you have trouble back there. I'm just going to hold the heart, melting heart. Another heart opener. On your next inhale, bring your elbows up a little bit. And I'm going to move my blanket to the side. I'm going to come up into tabletop. Inhale. I'm going to swing back like I'm going into baby pose, but I'm going to let my whole torso move forward. bringing my elbows under my shoulders into Sphinx pose. If you really press your pubic bone into the mat while you're in Sphinx pose, you're helping to strengthen more of the back muscle than just laying here not using your muscles. And it also helps with your glutes. It's a good glute strengthener. So I've got in order to press the pelvic bone into the mat, the glutes have to tighten up. So I'm not just laying here passively, I'm actually really working those glutes and muscles in my legs, the hamstrings. Oh yeah, that was a great one. I don't know if you heard that. That was my back. Made another adjustment. It gets so tight. And your quads are working here. The calves are tight. Now we're going to go into a crocodile pose. So I want you to inhale and exhale the right hand in front of you so that the elbow tees out and the left hand covers the right hand as you lay your forehead down on top of your hands into crocodile pose. This is another great pose for stress release. Inhale, the head comes up, and this time we're going to baby cobra, so the hands come down even with the breastbone. We're going to inhale up. I'm inhaling only as far as my back muscles can lift me. I'm not overextending. If you want to do one where you push all the way up, I would not recommend it if you have any kind of low back issue. It's healthier for the spine just to come up where it can hold itself. See? This is just for support. We'll hold it about another 10 seconds. And again, you're pushing your pelvic bone into the mat, the top of your feet into the mat. It's a lot to remember. I started sagging when I was thinking about my other stuff I'm doing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time bring the right hand to the mat first, and the right hand covers the left, and your forehead goes down on top of the right hand, and crocodile pose again. I'm going to inhale. I want to make sure I got everything in here I want it to do. Just stay there for a minute, relaxing in crocodile pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Yes, we covered all that. Now we're going to inhale up as we roll over onto our back. So you might want to have your things ready for Shavasana, like your eye mask and your bolster. We're going to do a few more exercises, which helps to open the hip flexors up. There's a message here. I got to get rid of it. It's my scanner. I don't want to look at that now. So make sure you have all of your things. I forgot to get my eye mask out and my headrest. Now I'm going to go this way. I'm taking too long to adjust. I've got to see my clock so I know when to quit. So laying nice and flat on my back. Whew. Just taking a moment here. We're going to do a reclined bird dog. So we're going to inhale both arms up overhead. Oh, my headband's coming off. I'm going to take it off. Oh, and do a nice long stretch like we did at the beginning of class. And we're going to bring the left leg up. Inhale the right leg up. We're going to inhale hand to big toe, opposite hand to big toe. Exhale that down. Inhale right hand, left foot. Hold it. Exhale down. We're going to do 2 more of these each side. Inhale right foot up, left hand up. Hold it. If you can't reach it, you can hold the back of your calf or your thigh or wherever, or your big toe. Just make sure that your head and your shoulders are on the mat. Exhale that down. Inhale right arm to right hand to left foot or wherever you can reach it. You should feel a great hamstring stretch through here. Just enjoy the pose. On your next exhale, release that. And we have 1 more, I think. Inhale, left hand to your right toe. Really, each time I do this, I feel that I'm getting a little bit deeper stretch. I'm not trying to force it, but it is relaxing and allowing for a little further movement. Exhale that down. Inhale right hand to left foot, ankle, calf, wherever it goes. Nobody knows. And exhale that down. Ooh, that felt good. Now we're going to inhale both feet up. Exhale them into a nice wide V. Another inner thigh stretch, groin stretch. And you can take and massage a little bit if you want. You can take and rest your hands on your inner thigh, and which gives it a little bit, the gravity from your hands pushes a little bit on your legs, but do not force it. I'm just laying it there, and the weight of my hands opens that up a little bit more. It's pretty tight. Grab your feet or your put in to use a strap today. But if you do have your strap handy, you could use a strap to baby pose. The important thing here is to keep your head and your shoulders, shoulder blades on the mat. If you can't do that, you can hold lower down. And you can take one leg up and one leg down into happy baby movements. Whatever works for you, right? I like to hold my big toe when I do it. Oh yeah, it feels very good. Doing some more hip openers here. And bring that to stillness. And on your next exhale, release your feet down to the mat so that your knees are pointed toward the ceiling. Walk your feet apart so they're further than hip width apart. I'm going to let the left knee fall to the right. My right knee is staying up. And then the right knee goes down, left knee stays up. See that? Oh, that feels so good. So we're getting a little bit of counterbalance for that inner thigh that we just stretched out really far. And we'll do one more stretch before Shavasana, and I'll lead you through a breathing technique going into Shavasana. Do even sides and then bring it to stillness. So I'm going to lower my left foot, inhale my knee up, take my left hand, place it on the outside of my right thigh, and pull that over. This time we want to try to get it all the way to the floor. Your shoulder and your backside, your hips are going to come up. For a spinal twist, supine spinal twist. That just means laying down. Inhale that right leg back up. Exhale the right leg down, left knee up. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to the left thigh as you roll it over. Oh, that feels really, really nice. I think this is a great way to end a session. Very gentle, very simple. And then exhale that back up to center. Take both legs down. We're going to walk the right leg to the right a little bit, left leg to the right. Move your torso to the right, arms overhead into crescent moon or banana asana. If you want to take the left heel over the right ankle to anchor yourself, you can do that. If you cannot do that without stressing the low back, then just keep them side by side. This side feels better to have them side by side, and the left side, when I go to the left, I can anchor. It's my right side. I don't like to compress too much. Inhale to center. Inhale, exhale, walk the left leg to the left, right leg follows. Torso inches over to the left. And like I said, I can cross this one without stress to the low back. Now we look like a moon or a banana. And exhale, returning to center. Grabbing all your stuff for Shavasana. And getting really relaxed. I'll probably look really relaxed because I'm sure that my headband left my hair with bed head because I've had it on all day. I had to go to a funeral this morning, so I had to dress up a little bit. I've got my blankie. And I got to get my clock. I hope that you've had time to get all comfortable, because I'm going to start the breathing exercise. It's just a simple 4 count breath. I'll probably do that one more than any of them just because it's very simple and it's very effective. So we're going to inhale to the count of 4 as we breathe in our nose, hold 2, and exhale through the mouth. That's very important. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2. Start taking a few wiggles, maybe a stretch, maybe just a big yawn. Yawn is the sign that your body is de-stressing, so that's always good. It's not necessarily that you're sleeping, but you're de-stressing. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and roll over onto your right side. And stay there for 10, 12 seconds in a fetal position. And then take your right arm and push yourself up slowly, letting your head come up last. Every time I do Shavasana, my dog Tut joins me and he wants to be under the cover. I just think that's so funny. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the simple class. I really enjoyed it. I think I should do more simple classes. It's easy. I feel like I get a lot out of it. My low back feels awesome right now. It was a little tight this morning and all day long. So I don't know. It gets that way, I think, when it's cold out or something too. And it was kind of cold when I left. Simplicity is simply to be yourself. And that's so refreshing just to be able to be yourself, right? Look past the fanfare and drama to what is enduring. Take time to clarify what is important to you and let non essentials fall away. And then I found this quote. It's unknown who the author was, but it's on the internet. So I got it because I thought it went really great with today's simplicity yoga class. Find the time to read, to smell the flowers, to paint your dreams, to have coffee with a friend, and to learn a new craft, to write a letter, to bake a surprise cake or cookie. And this is the holiday season to do that, right? Muffins, give them to someone you care about or just to someone that maybe will never get anything homemade. To go somewhere special, to really be with the person you love, or even do nothing for a while. How many of us take time to do that? That's the most simplest way you could get is to just do nothing for a while, right? Just hang out with yourself and enjoy what you have. Let's rub our hands together, bringing warmth, joy, love, and a simple way to our life today. Press that into your heart center and bowing our heads. I honor the light in you and ask that you honor the light in others. Namaste. And until next week, I'm going to draw. Got my things here. And let's see when I draw out. Oh, love. Oh, that's a great one for this time of season. I'll definitely have to do some more heart openers. So love is the theme for next week. And I hope you will join me. I enjoy putting the classes together, and I appreciate everyone who joins me. And I appreciate any comments or anything that you want special for the next class. Just let me know, and I'll try to add it in there. Thank you again. Ta-ta for now.